Topping today's news, another tragedy rocking the small community of Harbor Island today. The Deputy Prime Minister says there's no pressure on the Boundaries Commission to complete its work. The Supreme Court will hear the BCP's application for an injunction against the Pike BPL deal, and the Minister of Transport addressing complaints about poor mailboat services. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Dorino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. Another tragedy leaving residents of the quaint community of Harbor Island in shock today. Shortly before 2 p.m., police were on the scene of an alleged homicide that occurred on Harbor Island. Early reports say a female of South African descent was killed and the alleged suspect attempted to take his life. Reliable sources on the island, residents there from Browland, confirming that this event took place at a popular hotel and yacht club on a part of the island referred to as Up Yonder. The incident reportedly happened on a yacht that is docked at this popular marina. Police say once on board the vessel, officers discovered a female unresponsive with visible signs of injuries and a male suffering from severe injuries to his arm. The local doctor visited the scene, examined the victim, and pronounced her deceased. Police say their investigation revealed that the victim was missing for a short period of time before being found unresponsive in the engine room with the suspect present. The suspect, a 40-year-old male of Mexican nationality, was apprehended and taken to the clinic for medical treatment. This is now the second fatality to occur at the popular location on Harbor Island in recent weeks. A few weeks ago, Jonathan Wells, a native of Harbor Island, was found lifeless at the bottom of a pool based on the property. Also last month, a 26-year-old male was shot and killed while riding a golf cart on Harbor Island. Several people have been charged in connection with that particular murder. The Boundaries Commission was expected to begin its work for the 2026 general elections in December last year, but has been delayed. However, it has been confirmed now that work is now well underway. The committee members, including Speaker of the House of Assembly, Patricia DeVoe, who is the chairperson, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, Free National Movement Deputy Leader Shannon Cartwright, and Justice Gregory Hilton make up that commission. On Wednesday, outside of Parliament, following the commission's meeting earlier that morning, Mr. Cooper was asked about progress being made.
We had a good meeting. It was productive. We've had some preliminaries. We gathered information. The process is that we look at the number of voters in each constituency. Our mission is really to balance the constituencies by number of voters, etc., and to look at any peculiarities that might exist. For example, geography, in cases where there are large constituencies by geography, but maybe small populations. We consider those kinds of issues as well. But ultimately, the work has started in earnest. We're going to be pressing forward, and we're going to, in due course, submit our report to the Prime Minister.
Cooper noted that there is no pressure on the Commission to complete its process work.
Let me just say that we are being proactive in completing our responsibility. We haven't been given any specific deadline or time frame. There's no rush. This isn't a signal for anything. The Prime Minister, in his sole discretion, determines when election is. But we are doing our part in advance, and we are going to fulfill our obligation. So ultimately, we make recommendations collectively, and we've started that process. And when we meet again later on in the month, we're going to advance it.
Based on a report from 2021, there are several constituencies that are being looked at for adjustments to their boundaries due to the large number of voters or the large geographical size of the constituency, including the Killarney constituency that has more than 7,000 registered voters, and Central Grand Bahama with 6,800 voters. It has been suggested that there be an average of about 5,000 voters per constituency. The Bahamas Constitution Party, the BCP, led by S. Ali McIntosh, is calling it a major step forward for transparency, accountability, and protection of Bahamian sovereignty. They claimed a victory in the Supreme Court following an attempt by the Office of the Attorney General to strike out the motion for an injunction and leave for a judicial review filed against the government of the Bahamas over the Bahamas Power and Light and Pike Corporation agreement in August of 2024. The case is the Bahamas Constitution Party versus Prime Minister Philip Davis, Minister of Energy Jobeth Kobe Davis, Attorney General Ryan Pinder, and the Cabinet of the Bahamas as defendants. In a press release, the BCP said the decision recognizes the serious constitutional questions raised by the BCP concerning the government's engagement with Pike Corporation and the handling of national resources, and that it does merit being heard by the court. The BCP says it remains steadfast to ensuring no foreign entity, private interest, or government agency acts outside of the bounds of our supreme law. And finally, in this segment, Mailboat Service remains key to connecting the islands of the Bahamas, but recently there have been concerns about inconsistent scheduling and reports of price gouging, as well as other concerns. Minister of Energy and Transport Jobeth Kobe Davis announced in the House of Assembly during the budget debate that she has reached out to her ministry to report the concerns and that they are currently being addressed.
The concerns pertain to infrequent service, price gouging, and damage or loss of goods. These concerns are being investigated and the necessary actions will be taken. During the upcoming budget period, the ministry will complete a review of mailboat services, which will entail a review of routes, finances, dockside services, freight logistics, and freight services.
The Transport Minister also said that the Ministry of Energy and Transport is looking to form a better working relationship with the Mailboat Association.
The ministry is looking forward to fostering a greater relationship with the Mailboat Association to allow for a better understanding of roles each agency plays in the mailboat operations and to provide a better understanding of what the ministry does and how it could better serve the industry.
Last month, the opposition member for Long Island, Adrian Gibson, said in the House of Assembly that residents on Long Island were also frustrated with poor mailboat services. There are approximately 20 mailboat routes servicing the various family islands. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.